I think for me, one of the most striking moments from the archival material was that moment where Nkrumah is meeting Kennedy, and I believe it's in the US, sometime in the 60s.
Yeah.
There's a press conference. Kennedy's saying some niceties. Nkrumah's a great person. Was happy to introduce him to my family and my daughter. And then he's about to leave without Nkrumah saying anything. And Nkrumah's like, wait, can I say, can I say a little something? So Nkrumah says a line, and then Kennedy leaves. It's a press conference, but there's this like silence, and Nkrumah breaks the ice. He's like, "Don't make the questions too hard." Then come to reveal the film reveals that what's happening at the time was the Cold War tensions, where the U.S. felt like Nkrumah was taking the Russia side, and therefore, you can imagine the behind the scenes conversations that had just happened before that. And for me, when I think about Nkrumah, it's the Independence Day speech or night speech, the iconic speech about being free forever. But to see all these other aspects of who he was, glimpses, but they're so powerful.
For many people watching this film, it's the first time that they're going to be introduced to him, let alone hear that name. And so we knew that we weren't making the seminal Kwame Nkrumah film. And to be clear, that film needs to be made. But I think the conversation that we're having about Kwame Nkrumah in the film is that he was multifaceted, and that for many people, he remains this great hero who did what he said he was going to do. He liberated a continent and a people. He was successful in that way.
Mhm.
But he also was ridiculed and cast out for other things too, which are also valid as well. To show that it was important to show him, yes, giving that great speech at Independence Day, being in those moments with President Kennedy, but also seeing him fly a plane, like a little paper plane, and seeing him dance. It was also important that we saw him as like a person with an extraordinary goal and was successful in big parts, in a lot of ways. And so for me, watching it all, it was amazing because our history books don't teach us about Kwame Nkrumah. And it's really unfortunate. There's so many leaders that get left out of the pages of history out of like convenience or whatever you want to call it. And to see a leader with the skin that I have speaking about freedom, it just reminded me that, like our heroes do and can look like us, and that like we come from such an elegant and powerful people, which previously I think I maybe like I knew, but didn't always have the good fortune of like seeing.